Hey, welcome back to another edition of Open Shutter, and have the pleasure of welcoming Sean, Danny on the program, man. Thanks for taking the time to come on this thing, man. Really appreciate it.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Honored to be asked to be on. Happy to be here.
honored, eh? Well,
Yeah.
you are the king of Queen Street, right? Queen Street West. You
It's,
like that nickname or no? I don't know.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
10 years from now.
yeah. Exactly. We were just chatting offline. I was telling Sean. Sean did a previous interview on YouTube. I guess it was like what, 8 months ago, 10 months ago, or something like that. And
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
basically Sean had answered all the questions I wanted to ask, but apparently Sean has some new perspectives, so it's gonna be pretty fascinating. But anyway, Sean, for the people watching, listening that don't know who you are, like, what do you want people to know about you?
Um, what I want people to know. So I'm not a professional photographer.
Yeah.
I work in learning and development,
Hmm.
specifically in talent development, creating professional development opportunities for employees at the company I work for.
Cool.
But yeah, I've always had creative sort of hobbies on the side. I really like to enjoy the time that I'm not working and get the most out of it too. So
Yeah.
for the past couple of years, it's definitely been street photography. That's what's been keeping
Yeah.
me busy.
No, yeah, it's funny how you use the term professional, because what is that, like, to you, like, what is a professional, like a professional photographer to you?
Yeah, I think like pretty simply for me, it would just be someone who makes a living doing that.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of folks who are known as street photographers or who maybe get more attention or recognition for their street photography,
Yeah.
are also professional photographers in the sense that
Right.
they're doing other work, paid work
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
business. Yeah,
Interesting. So you just kind of want to keep it like a side thing for now, eh?
I do. Yeah, I think I actually prefer it that way. I feel like with the things that I use as a creative outlet, they belong in their own space. I
Yeah.
don't really want street photography to become work. I mean,
Hmm.
always
Hmm.
open to opportunities if things come up and folks see a
Hmm.
place for me. But I'm happy to have the separation between.
Yeah. You need that buffer
Yeah,
zone.
yeah,
You need like the work time and like the play time. You can have like mixing streams kind of thing, you know? I get
exactly.
that. I get that. Yeah, because I think people have this illusion where they kind of take their hobby and they want to make it like their full time gig, and then it does become work. It does become a job. You do have other responsibilities along with like the playtime. It becomes something else, And I think that's where some people like lose the spark a little bit, is because they don't really anticipate all the stuff that goes with turning your hobby into like a full time gig. So it's always good to hear people like want to keep it separate. It's like you don't have to make money to like validate what you do. Like, it doesn't, who says that's a rule?
100%. Yeah. I find that like the switch, like as soon as you're sort of asked to do something as paid work as
Yeah.
opposed to, just an expression,
Yeah.
like the switch happens pretty quick for me. I lose interest very quickly
Sure. Oh
when
yeah.
under those circumstances. So,
Oh yeah. Because it's not your thing. It's like their thing.
yeah.
It's like, it's just not coming from me. It's coming from them. So it's a totally different world for sure, man. 100%.
Yeah.
Because we live in this like social media world where like everything's all like glamorized and everything's like kind of like highlight reel, and all you see is like the good stuff, but you don't see the other stuff sometimes, which I think sometimes
No.
people should really illustrate, like the real, like I would love to see like a reality show of like an influencer, like what really happens. Take us
Yeah.
behind the curtain and just see like what really goes on here. Is it Bali like 24/7, or
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Even a lot
fascinating.
of those influencers, I worked briefly in social media and like specifically within like the influencer space.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very small percentage of
Oh yeah, it's
folks who are
tiny,
really,
man.
yeah,
Tiny. Yeah, and like, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if it's all that much cracked up to be sometimes. Like, you're always kind of chasing, you're not really kind of like having fun in the moment, because you're always kind of like chasing the numbers, because that's what you're kind of like measured on. It's not really about like the work that you produce. It's about like the engagement that happens. It's a totally different approach. It's not about the art, it's about metrics. So
yeah,
it's different beast.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all storytelling, man. Like even like what you do, even like your day job, it's storytelling. Like you meet people, you work with them. Those are all stories, I'm sure, like in like themselves, right? But you don't want to go shoot them.
Right. Yes.
It's like, hey, do you want to go down this alleyway for a quick second? And I'll think you're what? What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I do my best to bring a camera with me.
Yeah.
To work, so I can take a few shots on the way back. But
yeah. You work in Queen West too?
Financial district.
Financial, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So what's the best thing about Queen West, man? Like, what is it?
The best thing about Queen West, I think it's the intangible thing. Like it's, that thing that's hard to describe. It's the energy. I just find that it's a very vibrant community. Yeah, there's always something happening.
Yeah.
And just even the way it looks, like the buildings and the color, it's just always been kind of a place that has drawn me to it. Yeah. Even thinking back to like, my childhood and walking past like the Much Music building and, peeking in the window. I guess there's probably like the nostalgia element too for me.
Totally. Speakers Corner.
Yeah, Speakers Corner.
Right. Is that coming back? I heard that was coming back or something.
I don't know. I haven't heard about it.
That'd be really cool.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Yeah. No, it's a great neighborhood. It's almost like the fabric of like downtown, because that's like so much has happened in that area in terms of like, concerts and events and just, pop culture things, Much Music, the MMVAs and all that stuff. Like just so much has happened in that area.
Yeah. Yeah. And like a lot of it's changed and like continues to change. Like a lot of the sort of like bigger brands like got out of Queen Street within the past year. Like I know Zara and H&M are no longer there. Yeah. But like some of the more older established places, have been disappearing for a long time. Yeah. The most recent one I heard of is the Velvet Underground.
I saw that. It's sad, man.
Because I love that venue so much.
It's history, man. It's history.
Yeah.
Like you can't replicate that. Like it's never gonna happen again.
Yeah.
Like it makes you wonder, right? Yeah. It makes you wonder like the future of like music venues in the city. Like where's everything gonna go? Like I don't know, It's so important. It's so important. Live music and all that. Like sad, man. It's sometimes it's tough, It's tough to be an artist these days, I guess.
Yeah. Even like that venue. I mean, living in the area, walking by, there's always lines there. It's always like they get
so much history, man.
Yeah, they get a good turnout there. So it must be really tough.
Losing like almost like losing like a piece of the city almost, So. I don't know. There's got to be ways around it to kind of like support local artists, especially like local artists and people that want to get their name out. It's so hard to like. I always find like it's hard to like get people to pay attention to you sometimes. Like someone's telling me, well, we live in like the attention economy now. That's like it's the attention economy. Okay, so how do you get someone to pay attention to you? It's such a weird thing to like think about. Again, you're kind of switching from like the artist mind to like almost like a salesy kind of mind. Like I need you to pay attention to me. It's like, well, that's not really my thing. I just want to hear and take some photos, and if you like it, cool. But I don't know.
Yeah. And I see there's two sides to that. I think because in some way, I mean, if your goal is to build and become more established and make a living out of your art. I think it's good in some ways that you can do that through gaining attention and building a brand, because I think that what that means for some people is like, I don't have to be the absolute best at what I do. I don't have to be the best photographer or the best musician I can do my thing, the music that I want to do, the photos I want to take, and just like establish a community or,
Right.
you know, a bit of a
Sure.
brand, a following around me,
Yeah.
and make it that way. So I think that's
Yeah.
like the upside to it. But
100%.
you know, then you got to be a marketer and you got to know that lane
Yeah.
too, which,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. You also have to like want to know it. You have to want to
exactly.
know that.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you have to hire someone to do that for you, right? So I was just like on another call today, and they're talking about like always hire for your weaknesses. Like if you're able to hire for your weaknesses, you're in a much better spot than trying to do something that you're not good at, and also B, that you actually don't want to do, because it's going to just hurt the final product. So he was kind of going on about that, where also like recognize like what you're not good at sometimes, because I think maybe sometimes we like lie to ourselves and we think that we're good at everything, but you ask someone, say, well, maybe, you know, maybe you're not so good at that. Maybe you need to take a course or practice or hire, or, you know, it's important to know what you're good at. And maybe it sounds like an easy question, but maybe it's not. I'm not sure, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah, like it's a tough world out sometimes. But like what would you say, like you know, I've talked to a lot of street people lately. Like, how do you say your work differs from like everyone else? Like what would you say is like this is a Sean Danny photo, man?
Yeah, well, it's I think one of the most positive and reinforcing things that I've heard
Yeah.
from anyone about my photography is like, I like your style.
Okay.
So I think that tells me that, okay, I do have a style, I do have a way of like navigating photography.
Right.
I don't know specifically what it is. I can say that most of my photographs are taken in the evening
Right.
facing east. That's
And
like
why
the majority
east?
of my photos.
So
So
you want to face away from the light.
yeah, that's definitely something that finds its way into like the majority of my photos, I would
Really?
say. I definitely don't shy away from shadows. I don't try and
Yeah.
bring much back into my photos in the editing process. I like to keep the shadows generally how they are.
Right.
Um,
Interesting. No, I like it, man. It's unique, you know, it stands out. It's different. To me, it's different, you know.
yeah, I think there's definitely a, you know, a signature there. I mean, the photo sort of on the bottom right there, which I took in Mexico City,
Right.
you know, I love this photo.
It's cool, man.
And there's like hardly, you know, any light in this photo, but the way that you can just see like the faces happen to be the thing that are lit up in this photo.
Yeah.
Just like there's an element of maybe like curiosity or mystery. But I feel like a lot of people will probably look at that photo and say, okay, like let's like get rid of the shadow. Like let's bring some of this information back into the photo so we can get the context, we can see what's going on here. I like it like this. And
yeah, me too.
I think it's probably, like I said, like people might not prescribe to take a photo this way.
Yeah.
I might be on my own and really enjoying this photo.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, this is.
I think it's also real life. I think it's also real life too. How like the light's never perfect. Like you're always kind of in shadow sometimes too. Like that's just the way life is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So like, what happened? Like, did you talk to this guy first, or did you just kind of like sniped him and moved on, or?
Yeah, I generally don't talk to a ton of people that I photograph.
Yeah.
In this case, I probably wouldn't have had the option because I don't speak Spanish. But
por favor, photo.
I probably could have like put something together.
Yeah.
But generally, I'm taking candid shots. Occasionally, I will ask for, you know, a portrait.
Yeah.
Or occasionally, some people will just, you know, interact with the person with the camera. But generally, it's candid. Yeah.
So what, like, did this guy talk to you after, or you just walked off? Like, because he's looking at you, right? So he knows that you're.
Yeah. I just took the photo. And it's very, very quick. I shoot very. I often I'm shooting very quickly.
Yeah.
Often moving around quite a bit. I try and shoot with a very fast shutter, so like I can be moving and still get a sharp image.
Yeah.
So I calibrate for shooting quickly.
Yeah. And what like lens are you using here?
This would be a 26 millimeter Nikon.
Nikon, yeah. Shout out Nikon. It's a good
Hell
camera.
yeah.
I think sometimes it gets a bad rap sometimes in the camera marketplace. I don't know why, but all the Sony and Canon fanboys out there, you know.
Yeah, it definitely has the reputation of being kind of a camera for suckers, I guess. I don't know
why though. I don't understand. It's a good camera, no?
It's a good camera, and I always tell folks, like, if you want to get into photography and you want to get a great camera, get a secondhand Nikon, because there's no hype tax around it. You're not going to pay the same as you know, a Fuji that's in super high demand.
Yeah.
Get a Nikon.
Get a Nikon. Just start messing around. I think also just start actually shooting stuff too. You know, don't even worry about what you have. Just see like what you can do and see if you actually enjoy doing it. Because maybe you don't like doing street. Maybe you want to do something else. Who knows, right?
Yeah. Getting out and shooting.
Because it's not, you need to have a little bit of patience too, especially with street. I know that in the interview you did on the YouTube thing, you're talking about asking for permission, right? How like there's always this gray area with like asking for permission. Like, do you, don't you, like, what are the rules? Like, it's all very subjective, right? Like, I think it's a gut feeling almost, like in the situation, who you're trying to photograph, where you are, like, you know, there's no like Bible saying you have to do this before you do this.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I think for me, I think at the extreme end of that, people are of the mind that it's legal, therefore I can do this in any way I like.
It's crazy though.
I don't really, I stay away from like that extreme end of it. I definitely don't want to piss people off. I don't want to ruin people's days, and I know how uncomfortable it can be for people, especially if you're shooting with a flash and you're shooting very close. So I probably won't be getting into that type of photography, but I just use my own sort of gauge
judgment, right? You know, I mean, there's always that argument. It's like, you know, there's always that saying, you know, if your photo's not good enough, you're not close enough, you know. So okay, you gotta get closer. So what does that mean? Then you gotta get closer to the subject. Then you would have to, like, I don't know. To me, it's like, I don't know, if you get too close, you're gonna have to want to at least acknowledge the person and say, hey, is this okay? But also at the same time, you might lose that candid moment, because as soon as you say act natural, it's impossible to act natural. It's just a human thing. Like, you just lose that, normal life. You lose that human element of the photo where they're just now looking straight at you going, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you know, it's a gut feel. And also it's like a numbers game too. Like, the more things that you shoot, like the more things that are going to land too. Like, always kind of like play around with like locations and like times of day and see what you get, you know. Don't try to like fall on like one subject, because that may not work out sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's happened to you, right? Like, it just doesn't work. It's not working.
Yeah. I think, even with the lenses and getting close and that kind of thing. I think, a lot of people would prescribe that if you use a wider lens and you get closer for street photography, you're going to end up with a better image. I would say even with that, like, it's not always the case for me. I think when I first got into it and started shooting a lot, first I started shooting with a zoom, then I was shooting with a 40, then a 26, and also have some manual lenses that are, you know, in between those numbers. But I would go back, and I guess that's one of the really nice things about shooting digital, is kind of what you're talking about with experimenting. I can then go look at the images and know what focal length, what aperture, what time of day. So that's all feedback. Like, that's all useful feedback.
Yeah.
So in those early stages, I'm like, oh, what time was this? And like, what focal length was this? Yeah. Okay, so this was with a 40. So I actually, you know, really like some of the shots that I've taken with a 40. So I
Yeah, I
think
mean,
all that is to say, like, like experiment and don't, be too attached to the rules or like the types of things that people are suggesting, because you can definitely
sure.
make your own thing.
Yeah. Don't follow trends. Yeah, I always say don't try to make your own trend.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to especially when you're trying to stand on like social media and stuff, you're trying to get noticed. Like I always find that it's the stuff that it's kind of like looking the other way and taking something totally different. What's gonna want to make you stand out but we're so kind of like kind of tuned into like following trends and trying to like do what's gonna go viral. Like sometimes we lose that kind of like spark to like do something totally like off grid. I think that's where like the magic really happens, and that's when you get really cool stuff because it's moments that people miss but you don't.
Hmm.
And obviously some of your work captures that, right? Like some of these things, like even just like a normal photo like this, like that's cool to me, right? Like it's just a normal person walking down the street, but the light's cool. I kind of like how she's like a little bit out of focus too. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was actually taken with a 135 manual
Yeah,
lens. That's
there you go.
probably, you know 40 or 50 years old,
Right, it still
at
works though,
least.
eh?
So yeah, yeah.
It still works.
But yeah, it looks like a street photo to me. That looks like a street photo. It's
Right,
135
right.
millimeter.
It's like
Millimeter.
it's a little bit out of focus. The lights, it's I don't know. To me, like street photography shouldn't be perfect. Like it should be like real life, like messy and kind of like out of sorts a little bit because that's life. Like that's life every day. No one's walking down the street every day with perfect hair and perfect makeup.
Yeah,
And that's just not the way it is. Like it's just I don't know. To me that's what it is. And you're also trying to like capture moments and you know trying to. I was talking with someone from Chicago that does street, and she was saying she wants to document her city. She wants to document her city, how it's going through all these changes, kind of like what you're doing with like Queen West, like just document for the future, right? Because you never
yeah.
know who's going to look at this in like 30 years,
Hmm.
which I think is cool, right? It's almost like a time capsule.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah. We don't know
important
how
to
deep
document.
there.
It's important to document because you don't know we don't know how Toronto's going to be in 30 years.
Yeah,
So to have that documented somewhere, I think there's a lot of value to that.
yeah. Even in the time that I've been shooting around Queen West, living here, like I've lived in the Queen West neighborhood
Yeah,
for like 4 years or so, but there
yeah,
was like they hadn't started, I believe, construction on the new subway line.
right.
So even in like the last 4 years, like that corner of Queen and Spadines is constantly
Yeah,
changing with the
yeah,
construction.
yeah,
They
yeah,
just
yeah,
put like a bunch of new signage up,
yeah,
sort of like ad style
yeah.
signage. Yeah,
Yeah, no, there's always lots going on in that area for sure, man. Just a matter of like to me, it's all about just like documenting for yourself, for your family, for the city, because you never know where that's going to end up sometimes. And it's good to have it on you,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. And I also like the imperfect nature of street photography. I think that's a big draw as
Yeah,
a sort of artistic medium. I think I'm someone who can
yeah.
get pretty obsessed with technical aspects of things and
Can
wanting to know
you?
everything that there is to know
what's the
about
what,
something.
what's the pixel count on this photo?
Yeah, I don't care to know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Don't send me down
What's
like
the
that,
pixel
that
count?
rabbit hole.
Yeah. What's
Um,
the pixel count?
but I think that's
Interesting.
like, yeah, something that's awesome about street photography is like there's not an expectation that it's going to be perfect. So it
Yeah,
lets me kind of relax and not worry too
yeah,
much about knowing everything there is to know about street photography, because
right.
you don't need to in order
Yeah,
to take a good photo.
yeah. It's interesting, eh? Because like such a broad term sometimes. Street photography. Okay, street photography. So what is that? Is that city? Is that lifestyle? Is that transit? Like it's such a broad term sometimes. It's like okay, street photography. Okay, cool. It's like now what? Now what do I do? Like
Yeah,
where do I go to shoot street? Do I actually have to go to the street or
right.
can I go to
Yeah,
like a local barber shop and do street? That's street. Like you're still kind of like taking everyday life, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like
I,
where
I
do I
think
go?
I think street to me, I probably have a broader definition
Yeah,
than some folks, although like
yeah,
people's definitions obviously vary widely. But I
right,
just kind of think of it as, if you think about like humans as animals, which we are as far as I'm concerned,
sure,
but
yeah,
in our sort of the unnatural man-made environment that we created. So
right,
it could be a city, but it's like the interaction of these two things. It's just observing how animals sort of operate
yeah,
within
yeah,
this
yeah.
structure that
Our
we've
own
created
zoo,
for ourselves.
our
Yeah,
own zoo,
exactly.
basically. Yeah, yeah,
So that zoo, I don't think it has to be like, you know, a New York or a Toronto or a Tokyo. It
right.
helps, but I think it could be, you know, anywhere where there's such
Yeah,
a, you know, zoo, as you
yeah,
put it,
yeah,
exists. I think that's
yeah,
fair. Yeah.
yeah. You can do street in like a small town.
Yeah.
You know, you know. I mean, there might be even more power to that because you're so limited. There's also power in like less choice. So if you live in a small town, you have less choice to like deal with. So now you only have three streets to focus on. So maybe you document those three streets over the course of a year. So
Yeah.
to me, it's like you need like a you need like a project. You need like a goal. Like you need something to like align yourself with, just so you know what you're doing every day. Because otherwise, sometimes like you're kind of just like out there walking around, but there's no real end goal like to what you want to do, right? So
Yeah.
that's the way that I like to do things. Like I like to have some sort of like overarching theme. It's okay. We're gonna do, you know, whatever we're doing. We're gonna do financial district, but we're only gonna do financial like at 5 o'clock when like everyone's going home. So now you have okay. So now you want to get people going home. So then you kind of have this kind of like direction that you want to focus on.
Yeah.
Kind of keeps you more grounded, right?
Yeah.
You
Just
know.
defining the parameters of
Yeah.
the
Otherwise, you're
things
just
you're working
yeah.
on.
Yeah. Otherwise, it becomes so big. It becomes so like
Mhm.
intimidating. So it's like, okay, now what? Now what
Yeah.
do I do?
Yeah.
You know. And at least then you can kind of like grade your own work a little bit. Say, okay, that's cool. That didn't work. That worked. That didn't work. But yeah, I always like to have like just some sort of like theme, just so I know like where to focus on. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm kind of like failing my arms, like in like the middle of the ocean. Like, just help me, I'm drowning. Like, where do I go? You know. But
Yeah.
that's the way I like to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm trying to work that out a bit more. So I've been
Yeah.
looking at my catalog of photos and seeing what
Right.
kind of trends emerge out of that.
Yeah.
But speaking about like putting parameters, I was really feeling like, okay, I have to do something with these photos.
Right.
So my goal was to just find 6 photos within Queen West that I'm just very like proud of. Just 6 photos.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll frame them and I'll hang them on my wall.
Yeah. Awesome.
So the first step to doing that was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna buy frames, and they actually came in like packs of 4. So I ended up buying 8. So
Oh
the
man.
scope has increased to 8. So now it's 8 photos.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of like my current goal is now like,
Okay.
you know, what are the 8 photos that I'm gonna be proud of? I think
Okay.
I'm maybe up to like 4 right now
Oh.
in the sort of Queen West neighborhood.
Oh man.
So that's just like a really small
It's good though.
project that I have on the way.
Good.
Yeah.
You're getting really kind of critical with your own work, you know, like you're getting really kind of like you're diving deep into like the weeds. I'm sure there's a lot of flows to go through, right? So like how do you pick it? Just a gut feeling like inside you that you know?
I think it's a gut feeling. I tend to, even when I'm taking the photo, sometimes I'll know, like in the moment, I'm like,
Yeah.
I think I got a photo here. And sometimes when I look at it later, I'm like, I didn't get a photo. But there's certain photos, like I've maybe had a few where, you know, I pull it up in Lightroom and I'm like, oh shit, like that.
Yeah.
I'm really stoked about this photo.
Yeah.
I get like super excited that I captured it. So I look for that. There are, I did a workshop a couple of years ago. I was actually in Japan, and I took a workshop with this person who introduced me to the work of Roland Barthes, who was
Roland
not
Barthes
a
with a B.
photographer. Yes, so not a photographer, but a philosopher who wrote about photography,
Oh,
and he wrote about the things that make a good photograph.
okay.
And two of the things that he broke down in his book called Camera Lucida
Yeah.
were, let me see if I can get this,
Mm-hmm.
the studium, which is essentially the subject of the photo.
Right.
So it could be a person, but it's also like the context. So it could be like, fashion, it could be something cultural, there could be a social comment to the photo, but there's intention behind it. Like that's what the photographer was aware of when they were taking said photo. So that's one of the components.
Yeah.
And then there's the punctum, which is more of a subjective component that has to do with the experience of consuming the photograph. So the punctum is less intentional. It's more about what the person consuming the photograph sees in that photo. So the punctum can actually be different from one person to the next.
Right.
So it's more about a personal connection to the photo. So I do find that I have a certain affinity for some photos that I take. And then, so after learning about this, I went back and I was like, shit, sure enough, there's like a definitive like punctum in the photos that I find that I really enjoy. So that's one sort of like, metric, I guess, that I look for when I'm going through my photos now.
I'm changing my whole approach to life.
Yeah, it's a pretty short book, more of an essay, really. It's very very readable. So I would highly recommend that book to anyone. More of just like a critical, almost like non-photographic eye to what photography is and how we consume it.
Yeah, it's a different take on it. It's a different take on photography, which is cool. I think it's coming from a totally different world. It's applying the logic to that, which I think is pretty cool, right? Like it's always good to kind of have like a different perspective, because I think sometimes we get lost in our own head sometimes, and we get stuck in our own head. And I was saying before, like it's hard to get like true like unbiased feedback sometimes, because you ask friends, you ask family, but you're not really getting really unbiased feedback. So you need something to kind of like give you like some like honesty, whether it's good, whether it's bad, like whatever the case is. But to get different perspectives like that there's a lot of value to that,
Yeah,
I like learning about that kind of like approach,
Yeah, I think it can help mediate your own feedback system.
So
like you can be your own source of feedback within reason, but
I'm great at everything, but it's hard to I always find it's hard for me to like, I don't know, sometimes I'm my best, like I do a good service to myself, and sometimes I'm my own worst enemy sometimes. Like it's a constant battle between myself. Like it's hard to, that's what I was trying to say when in terms of like getting stuck in your own head. Like I'm constantly battling myself sometimes on things. Like I don't give myself enough credit, or I give myself enough credit, or whatever the case is. You get imposter syndrome, or you don't get it sometimes, and it's just like this like constant cycle of just like, what's happening? I suck at everything,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell my camera. I'm gonna like just like start making fucking AI reels or something at this point. Like, screw this.
Yeah. I mean, people definitely go through it. There might be a time where we do that, where we have to put the camera down for a bit and see what happens.
I think it was Ryan Holiday that said something like it's not ambition or skill that's gonna set you apart, but sanity, which I think is totally accurate.
Yeah.
To like remain sane in this world, all the stuff going on. So, and to me, it's like not even like doing the thing. To me, it's like what you were saying, like do something else, like go for a run, go to the gym, like read a book, just do like go to an art gallery, and just get totally, you see different pieces of art and you get totally inspired in different ways because you're seeing something different. You watch a movie, you like listen to music, like you get inspired because you're not focusing on a thing. It's almost like you know, like your laundry never dries when you're watching the laundry dry, but as soon as you walk outside the room, the laundry's dry, kind of like analogy. So just go leave the house. It'll be fine. You know, you're
For
not.
sure.
We're not. We're not saving lives here.
Yeah. No, I believe in that 100%. I think, just to keep like a healthy relationship with,
Yeah.
your means of expression. I find that I even try and limit the amount of photography that I consume, like, altogether.
Right.
I know a lot of folks will really encourage you to be studying photographs, be like looking at a lot of books, which is like, of course, like you want to have inspiration, but you also want to see what techniques are being implemented and what you want to take from, what you want to leave. But I'm very like limited exposure because I don't want to be obsessed. I don't want to have like an unhealthy relationship with this medium.
Yeah. I also find that you may get subconsciously like not like you may get subconsciously like ideas from like stuff that you look at. So maybe, you know, you may do stuff that's kind of like your subconscious like wants you to do it because you've seen it. But if you kind of limit that, also you may get your own ideas sometimes. Like you may get totally different things that weren't kind of like in the subconscious. So because our mind plays tricks sometimes. Sometimes we do things and it's because we read something or we watched something or something was on Instagram, you know, or we're like talking about something now it's on our feed on Instagram all of a sudden. Well, it happens all the time, you know, but you know, so it's good to like limit. It's always like that battle between like, you know, consumption versus creation. I always like try to create way more than I consume just because like I just know myself. Like I'll just want to do something that I just saw. So you know, it's the ability to create on your own, I think really separates a lot of people. And say, I can do it. I can do this. You know, especially in street too, right? Because there's just so much out there. Like you can pick and like any day.
Yeah, what's interesting to me about photography, like getting started with street photography, is when I got a camera and made the decision that I was going to go and start taking photos. I didn't really know that street photography was a thing.
Yeah,
like I hadn't like read about it. I didn't look at photo books or anything.
You didn't even know what's happening.
It was very compulsive. Like I just went in and started doing it. I thought it would be interesting and cool. And I did not know that street photography was a thing.
And here I thought I was a trailblazer, but all of a sudden it's been around. Oh damn it! Better take that off my Instagram bio. Trailblazer.
No, I mean, like, sure enough, you see like a lot of people outside with cameras walking around. I just assumed that they were maybe just taking photos of their friends or they're on vacation or something.
It's like, but they're not doing street. They're just taking pictures of the CN Tower. Like that's not what I do. It's like, you know, for sure, man. No, it's interesting. Like just we don't know what we don't know sometimes, you know. And there's like it never ends. Like there's always this like constant leveling up of knowledge, just constant grind, you know. But that's what I mean. Like people really have to enjoy what they do because if you really want to like be noticed, then you really got to understand like what's happening out there, you know. But it's cool. So what do you think is like the biggest misconception about street photographers from like the public side, you think? If you were like the public and someone was taking a picture of you on the street, like what would be your biggest misconception? Or a stereotype, you think?
Well, that's a great question. Sometimes I start to think, even for myself, like when I see folks out shooting or certain folks, you know, pop up on Instagram, I start thinking, is this sort of becoming like a streaming thing? And we know like there's tons of like streamers who are out like doing pranks and stuff like that. So I sometimes wonder if we're kind of tossed into the same category. It's like, why is this person like running up to me and are they making fun of me?
Right.
You know, I could definitely see, because people are definitely becoming sensitive to that. And you know, I think it is actually you know, a problem. Like, I don't think people should be, you know, taking that much liberty with strangers and just like absolutely destroying someone's day for
there's no
views,
way.
you know.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
But I had an interaction with someone that kind of gave me some insight, probably, although it wasn't general public because this person was a photographer. But basically, somebody started criticizing me in a very aggressive manner, I would say.
Oh yeah, really?
And he was upset that so many people are doing street photography, but he was a photographer himself.
Wow, wild.
Yeah.
What was his argument? Just too many people on the street taking photos?
Yes. So I was on Spadina, like outside of one of the markets, like the Chinatown markets, and I don't even think I was taking a photo. I was just kind of like framing and maybe like looking at my exposure or something.
Yeah.
And he was walking by and he said, "That's a boring photo."
No way.
Like, for a very like condescending way.
No
and I was
way.
like, that's interesting. And he wasn't wrong. Like it would have, there wasn't really a photo there, but I just thought it was interesting. And then sort of put my camera down and just like walked around a bit, and he kind of like was just like locked into me. And I wanted to sort of like break the tension. So I was like, "Hey, I'll take your like photo." And like, he did not love that. He was like, "No," like, he's like, I don't appreciate what you're doing." He's like, "Everybody's shooting photos here." He's like, "I actually went to school for photography. I studied like all the, the photographers." He's like, like basically told me like, "You need to stop taking photos and go study like this
and go to school
and get a degree in photography, I guess." But like, yeah, I mean, I don't know where that comes. Obviously, like, there's a sense of entitlement, I think, by suggesting that I can do this because I have this credential, but nobody else can do it.
Right.
For whatever reason.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could go to school, I suppose, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a different take on the craft. Like, you get a totally different perspective. Like, the person with the essay thing, but you don't need to go to school. Like, it's not like you're trying to be a doctor. Yes, if you want to be a doctor, yes, you do have to go to school, but you don't need to go to school though for photography, in my view. But I don't know. That's just my personal opinion on it. But
yeah. I mean, like, I respect it. I definitely like the way that people who have studied photography more formally. Yeah. I think when I look at the way that they interpret photographs and maybe like criticize photographs at a very high level, I'm like, okay, like this person has like a deep level of understanding about this subject. Right. But, to say that other people, aren't entitled to talk about a subject or to, practice, anything really, just because they don't have the same depth of understanding is
right. Yeah. That person was having a bad day, man.
They were having a bad day.
That person was having a bad day, and
I ruined their day.
Wow.
So that was unfortunate. Shout out to that guy. I hope he's doing well.
Shout out to that guy. Hey, this episode's for you. We're gonna send you a care package or something.
I appreciated the feedback too, though. I was getting away from the boring photographs, and
some boring photo. Who says that to somebody?
So
holy smokes! Did you know I was a trailblazer? Like, Jesus, man! Like, come on now! Like, oh my God, jeez, man! Hilarious. Well, what are you gonna do, right? It's a big city. Like, it's you can't. To me, it's like you can't please everyone, so you might just please yourself and just see what happens,
Yeah.
But, So what's your plan for the fall, man? You got like for photo wise?
I'm just gonna keep shooting as long as we have light. When I sign out at 5 o'clock, so I'm going to be shooting as much as possible while I still can.
Any good spots in the fall in the city? That you like?
I still like the usual spots. I like to see them like all season. Kensington's awesome in the fall. I'm in other parts of the city too. Like, I'm in Trinity Bellwoods every morning walking my dog. So nice. I don't generally take, I take a pocketable camera everywhere, but Yeah, Train Bellwoods obviously is gorgeous in
Great
fall.
spot. Cherry blossoms too in the
Yeah,
spring.
spring. Yeah. But I'm heading to Japan, back to Japan for 3 weeks.
When are you going?
Mid October.
Nice. For
Um,
work or for
no,
pleasure?
just to shoot photos
For 3 weeks, eh?
for
Solo?
3 weeks solo. Yeah.
Are you going like all over the country?
No, pretty limited. But I've been to Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, Nara before. I'm definitely going to go back to Tokyo because I love it, but I'm going to be doing some smaller seaside towns that are a little bit out of the way. Yeah, so spend a bit of time like disconnecting and
wow, man.
Yeah, just exploring, like just doing something very, very different.
Yeah, it's a great country, eh?
Yeah, I love it there. I think as soon as I got there the first time, which was to shoot photos, I like, yeah, as soon as I got there, I was like, I'm definitely gonna have to come back.
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's a total vibe.
Yeah.
Man, how many photos are you gonna take, you think? Over under 10,000?
I'm gonna say under 10 because I will try and shoot a lot of film while I'm there.
Oh, you're taking film too,
like street stuff in Tokyo, like the more dense areas, I'll be shooting digital.
Yeah.
But if I have more space and time to sort of like compose, take my time, I'll be shooting film.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'll get back to you with the.
How much film are you taking?
I'll probably take I don't know, maybe like 7 or 8 rolls.
Okay.
I don't know how many images that is.
Right. I failed math, but yeah, it's enough.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
I tend to definitely like not shoot as much as I would like to when I'm shooting film. I think I took like 7 rolls or something when I went to Mexico City for a week to shoot. Thought I was going to go through all of them, and I ended up shooting like 3 rolls.
Yeah. You like are your trips always planned around photography? Is that how you choose places?
What's like crazy is like getting into street photography got me into traveling. Like I always loved the idea of traveling. Growing up, I would go to Scotland like somewhat frequently because that's where my folks are from.
Nice.
So that most of my experiences traveling were going to Scotland.
Right.
And at a certain point, like once I was just like past my teenage years, I kind of just stopped going and stopped traveling. And I was pretty anxious about traveling and about flying. And I really just didn't see myself being like, traveling across the world. And like once I got into photography, it was like, I have to go to this place so I can take photos there.
Wow.
Like I'm just,
you got to get on the plane now, man.
There's no other way around it.
Jeez. All right. Where else you want to go after Japan?
So I would actually like to go back to Scotland because I haven't been in so long now.
You should. If you got family there, they can just hook you up with a place to stay. Save some money.
Yeah, I recently picked up a photo book, or it was gifted to me by my aunt and uncle who live in Glasgow.
Nice.
But the book is called Glasgow by Raymond Depardon, who's like a French photographer who went to Glasgow, I think in the 60s and 70s to photograph it.
Right.
So that was very like inspiring to look at those images and want to go back there. So that'll be on my short list. Vietnam, I've seen like just amazing photographs from there. So I would say maybe next year that's another one that's on my list.
Do like a whole like Southeast Asia trip.
As long as I can get the time off work. Very, very grateful. Shout out to my manager.
Well, that's your manager for allowing you 3 weeks off work. Like who gets off 3 weeks these days? I want to do what you do, man. It's like, okay, that's cool, man. No, it's good. It's good to like, because like whenever you travel somewhere, like it's so new, like it's almost like if someone were to come to Toronto, first time in Toronto, they would be like, oh my God, this is amazing, right? Which it is, but like we live here, so it's just like, we just take it for granted. Like, yes, yes, CN Tower, yes, you know, Spadina, but we see it every day, right? But when someone travels somewhere, it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's like, okay.
Yeah, the novelty.
You
I feel
know,
like when I
so,
come back, I have more of a sense of I want to um, treat my experiences in Toronto more as like traveling experiences. I
right.
feel like
Yeah.
I love my like being a regular in places. I go to like all the same places
Yeah.
for my coffee, go to
Yeah.
restaurants. It's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
I've been to more
Exactly.
restaurants in Tokyo than I have
Yeah.
in
It's
Toronto.
hilarious.
I
It's
don't
hilarious.
explore it, right?
It's
So
hilarious, right? It's just the
yeah,
way it always works, right? Like we just take it for granted. It's like, yeah, it's good though. It's good. It's just, you know, it's always good to see new spots, you know, because again, you get new, you also get like a new perspective on life because then you see like how like the locals interact, and you know, you get a whole kind of like different perspective on just people and like life and like stories and like how people are in like different parts of the world because, you know, it's different everywhere else, right? So until you actually see it in person, it's hard to explain it to someone. So you have to go and like live it to like understand how these
yes,
people live, you know.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Even traveling, I tend to like to stay in the same spot. I don't like to pick up every day and just constantly be
Yeah.
on the move. I
Yeah.
like to
Yeah.
kind of chill in the same
Yeah, you
place.
gotta chill. You gotta like kind of like try to be like a local a little bit and go to like the
Yeah,
same coffee shop for a few days and see like who comes in, and
yeah,
you know, that's the way that I like to do. Yeah, I hate like going in for like a day or like a day and a half and say I can't, like I don't even know what to do. Like you know, I always like to spend my time. Less is more too, right? Like, you know, go to fewer places but spend more time. So I think you're gonna really appreciate it more, and then just gives you a reason to go back next time because you didn't see another spot, you go back there next time. It just gives you another reason.
yeah,
You don't have to see like a million places in like 2 days. Like, you know,
yeah,
that's not fun.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, yeah. What about you? Do you have any like favorite travel destinations, places you would like to go or have had good experiences with?
Um. Well, I mean, I was just in Morocco in May, so if you want
Nice.
like a good good street stuff, Morocco is a good spot.
Okay.
You get some real cool characters there. Um, Morocco, Iceland. I mean, not really for street. Iceland's more for nature, but that was a good spot. London, UK, obviously, you know, amazing for street. I don't know, places that I want to go. I don't know. I probably do like more like Africa, like the Serengeti, Kenya,
Wow.
uh, Nairobi, like just crazy ass places, man. So, yeah, I like to do like a safari and do like wildlife stuff. I think that'd be kind of interesting to see like actual like animals, like not in the zoo. You know what I mean? Like just like
Yeah.
roaming around. So like, yeah, it's just so many spots, man. Like I was in Buenos Aires over the holidays last year. Really
Nice.
cool place. Another great freaking Buenos Aires for street, man. Amazing. Um, yeah, like to go to Peru. There's so many spots, man. Like there's just like so many places to like check it. To me, it's like I always just try, you know, obviously you want to like go where it's like relatively not like insanely expensive, but
Yeah.
to me it's like, well, what are you in the mood for? Are you in the mood for like cold weather? Are you in the mood for like hot weather? Like I'm not a winter guy at all. Like I hate
Yeah.
winter with a passion.
Yeah.
So I always try to go to like warmer climates, like AKA Iceland. No, I'm just joking. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, what do you in like? What do you want to do? Like, what are you in the mood to like shoot? You know. So I mean, there's just so many things to do. But yeah, I don't know. I try to do like I try to do like a couple of trips a year, more or less, in that
Yeah.
kind of like vein. But there's just so much to
Yeah.
see, man. Like, what are you gonna do, right? You just gotta kind of knock them off one by one and try to get some like cheap flights or try to use some like points or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I'm not a winter person
Oh
myself.
man, I mean this like weather right now, September is amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. If this can like continue until like December, that would be amazing. But it's
Yeah.
not. But it's not. You know, like well, so what do you do? So what do you do in the winter for like street? You just out there in your boots and
I'll
your
go out.
jacket, just
Go out
grinding it
anyway.
out.
Yeah. I really like the holidays. So
Right.
like around, Christmas time, New Year,
Yeah.
I love to feel that vibe, the busyness of the city.
Yeah,
the shopping, the snow,
the vibe.
like I really like that. So
Everyone's
and
in
then
a good
after
mood.
that, it's just like it's bad.
Yeah. You ever go out in like blizzards though? Like when it's just like 25 centimeters?
Yeah, I'll go out. Yeah, I'll go out in that. It's
Get
more
those, like,
like the days when it's just cold and there's like leftover snow, but nothing's happening. That's just get me out of here.
that's the time to go to Vietnam. Like that's it.
Yeah,
Like, get me to Mexico City or something. But
yeah.
Interesting.
Mexico City was ideal weather for
Yeah.
street because it was up to. I was there in February. It was up to like 24, 26, but then it's quite cool at night. So yeah, it's perfect for being active and being warm.
Yeah, it's a big city, eh?
Huge. Yeah.
It's a big what's the population of Mexico City? It's gotta be like, let me Google it real quick.
Yeah, it's wild. It's probably like 2 or 3 times New York, maybe.
It's the city proper Mexico population of 9.2. However, the greater Mexico City metropolitan area, 22 million people in the greater Mexico City area. Holy smokes. Wild. A lot of people to shoot. That's a lot of film. That's a lot of film, man.
Yeah.
Well, good. As long as you get time, that's all that really matters. How's the food though?
Oh, the food is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Mexican food.
Yeah.
Just eating tacos every day. Yeah.
Jesus. Oh my God. It's fantastic, eh?
Yeah.
Love Mexico, man. So good. Cool, buddy. Well, we're up against the hour, so I don't want to take up too much of your evening. So I'll say thanks again for coming on.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I appreciate, taking the time. I know how much effort this stuff takes. To be reaching out to reach out to folks, to have folks on and let them talk about what they're interested in. Like it's just, props to you. I think that's an awesome thing that you do.
Thanks. I will take that compliment and put that as a testimonial on the Spotify app or something.
Perfect.
Any final words or wisdom for the people out there?
Yeah, just do you shoot the things that you want to shoot. Don't get too caught up in what other people are saying, but also push yourself and shoot a lot and continue to learn and develop.
I like that. It's nice. I'm also gonna put that as an ad on the. You're gonna be my new marketing guy, man. I'll hire you as your new marketing guy. Yeah, when you get back to Tokyo, we'll talk about whatever. But
all right,
cool, man. Thanks again. Thanks everyone for watching, listening, wherever this thing is, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever it is, and go check out Sean. Links are in description of this podcast, and we'll see you next time. Peace.